Welcome back to another episode of 4-Digit Fishing. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm out here at the lake tonight. I'm not fishing. I'm just recording this intro for the, 14th time. So yeah, let's just get right into this. I want to talk about my bait boat tonight. You know, a lot of the places I fish, casting distance doesn't matter, and a lot of the places I fish, it does. And so some of the places I fish are big open flats, where, you can get 500 yards off the bank and still be in 4 foot of water. A lot of the places I fish are, deep water, pretty close to the bank. And so depending on the time of the year and, what the fish are doing, your casting distance can, make or break you. And so this year I started using the RC bait boat. And so when you've heard me talk about videos, where I've had fish on that were 200 yards out or 300 yards out, and it takes me a while to get them in, this is how I'm getting those baits out. So the main way I've used it to fish this year is like if I'm fishing a big flat, I'm going to stagger my baits out. I've got 5 rods out or 4 rods out from left to right. I'm going to put baits out at, 50 yards, 100 yards, 150, and I'm going to try and cover as much water as I can with it. And the other thing I can do is if you're using Navionics to see where your drop-offs are and your depth changes are, it lets me get out 2 changes in depth. And so it's opened up a lot more possibilities for me fishing. It definitely has a steep learning curve with it. It has some frustrations, which we won't go into. Maybe at a later date, we'll go into some frustrations that I've had with it. But overall, as a tool, it has greatly improved my fishing. So the video you're going to see today is from a little while back. We had several days of 20 plus mile an hour winds, south winds. All the bait was on this bank. I had a feeling it was going to be good. I went out there on a Friday night after work and caught one fish right when I got there. Several hours later, I caught another fish. It was after like 10 o'clock that night. It was about midnight, I think, when I left. And I left frustrated, honestly. It's the only time I think I can ever remember really leaving because I was frustrated with the wind. That last fish I caught, I couldn't get a weight on it. I couldn't get my cameras and my lights to stay up. Everything kept blowing over. I had lines tangled up. I couldn't retie because of the wind. It was just ridiculous. I was frustrated. I knew I was going to be back out the next morning. And so I just went home, I regrouped, got a couple of hours sleep, got up early the next morning, went and caught some bait. And that next morning, you'll see that video next week. I caught 3 really good fish. Well, I didn't reel them in, but I sent baits out and, 3 really nice fish found their ways to my rods. And so I'll show you that video next week. I'm excited about it. And I know the people that were there with me will be happy to see it. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's watch some fish footage. Using a little black bass head tonight for baits. We are hooked up on a fish on that old bass head that we had out almost 300 yards off the bank. I don't think it's a giant fish, but it was a good solid takedown, and he was big enough to eat that head. So he's gonna be a good, probably just slightly over eater size fish, I feel like. Luckily, he's got a 20 mile an hour wind that he's going to surf in on. So maybe it won't be too bad reeling him in from out 300 yards out. And I don't know how this audio is going to be. I've got my rear mic on and my front mic off. Oh, here he is. So maybe it won't be too bad. I haven't even got all 3 rods out. I've got 2 rods out and was tying up a heavier weight on the 3rd rod. So really, I don't know, maybe been here 15 minutes. So it's always nice when you hook into something pretty quick after getting here. I have no idea how big this fish is. Like I said, he's 300 yards out. Every now and then he feels heavy, but mostly I think he's just kind of coming in with those waves. And I'm just kind of staying up with him. So really don't know what to expect. This could be anywhere from a 10 to a 50, I feel like. Oh, you're going sideways. I'm back here, big guy. Well, I'm glad I didn't have that 3rd rod out yet, because he's going right to where my 3rd rod would have been. Oh, that's a decent fish. Okay, I just seen a tail. Just seen a tail, and that's gonna be a decent fish. Yeah, not bad, not bad. He's gonna be a good solid fish to start the day. I hope I got my bass head back. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I still got my bass head that I can get back out there, because I don't have a huge amount of baits. Still hadn't really got a good look at him, but come on, guy. Still got my bass head on there, so let me keep it. Let me get you up here on the bank. And oh, look at that big old hump. I know, guy. I know. Oh, okay. He's gonna be a decent fish. All right, let me go grab my fish grips. Should have had those out already. Nice, solid, almost 40-pound fish. Oh, my fish grips back, Dave. Love it. Oh, there's another fish. There's another fish. There's not another fish. All right, we're hooked up again, guys. Hooked up again. Boy, we had, I don't know what the deal is with that fish. We had a good bite while ago and then nothing. This is another fish that was out 200 yards plus on that same little bass head that we caught that first fish on. And he's kind of doing like that other one, like we get a feel pretty, you know, just solid coming in. But then every now and then he gives me a good little tug and lets me know he's there. Oh man, the one thing about it, these 200-yard fish out will wear your arms out. Even a little one will give you a little, you know, fatigue in your arm, but these decent sized fish will definitely wear your arms out. Well, these were the only two fish I caught that night. I got several other bites, but just weird bites, and I don't know really what was going on with them, but these two fish were solid. At that point, I was really just over the wind. I'd fished in it for a few days and was just kind of over it. So I went home, like I said earlier, frustrated, but the next video you'll see next week is the next morning, and caught some more good fish. So I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions about the boat or how I use it, or you know how it works, we really hadn't gone into you know, great detail on it. I just kind of wanted to briefly introduce it, and we'll do a full video on, you know, how it functions and all that good stuff later. And if you have any questions though, let me know. Hit me up in the comments, and I'll try and answer anything I can. But yeah, if you've stuck around this long, I just want to say I appreciate you for sticking these videos out to the end and following along with me. And I'm excited you're here, and I'm thankful that you're watching and following along in this journey. And yeah, still excited to see where we go together. So stick around, and hopefully I'll see you back next week.